Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise shall continually be in my mouth. Today I'm talking about don't waste your talent. Do not waste the God-given talent. Every man and woman has been given a level of talent. And if you waste your talent, the only person you have to blame is the one looking at yourself in the mirror. Well, I'm just finishing my workout here, I've been lifting weights now for about 20 some odd years. A little older now, so I don't worry about all the heavy lifting. Did a lot of heavy weight training, especially when I played football in high school and college. And I was trying to be the strongest guy in the gym. But after a torn pec muscle and a hernia from squatting over 600 some odd pounds, I take it easy. So some of you all may say, that's nothing. To me, it's all about the repetitions and about the amount of weight. Because believe me, for some of you young guys, as you get older, your body will start talking to you. So I'm just thank the Lord I'm able to continue to weight train. So now I'm focused more on the heart health, riding my bike here, stationary one during the winter. In the summertime, taking my cycle out on the road and getting those miles in, because you have to protect your heart. So this is the way I live my life. I weight train for my physical body, weight train, cycle, walk, whatever, outdoor walking, hiking, whatever you may do, to keep this temple that God has entrusted me with as healthy as possible. I pray and meditate to keep my spirit man connected with the Lord. And I read the word in other books to keep my mental strong. Because what's the purpose of having a strong body and a weak mind? What's the purpose of having a strong mind and a weak body? So you have to have a holistic development. But today I want to talk to you about, what are you doing with your talent? In Matthew 25, I think around verse 11, Jesus talks to us about the rich man who gave his servants talents. He gave one 5, he gave one 2, he gave one 1. And he went away. The servant with 5 talents went and worked that thing. He worked that talent. And when his master came back, he returned to him 10. The servant he gave 2 talents, he went and worked that thing. When his master came back, he returned 4. And the servant he gave 1 talent hid it. And like many of us, we don't use what God has given us. We're waiting for somebody to do it for us when God has called you to take the first step. Well, like many people today, that servant took that 1 talent. And 1 talent, I believe, if you look at the Bible, or if you do the research, 1 talent is worth like 40 years of money and everything combined. So that's 1 talent holds a lot to it. So anyway, that's another story. He took the 1 talent and he hid it and didn't do anything with it. I mean, he took his whole life and he squandered it. God gave him a talent and he refused to use it. She refused to use it. So when God came back and said, okay, let's talk about the talent I gave you. And the master in the Bible is basically Jesus, but he's coming back. He went away, he's coming back. So the master comes back and says, okay, give me what did you do with the 1 talent I gave you? He said, well, I knew you was a hard master and I hid it. And I just want to return it back to you. The master said to his other servant, take the 1 talent from the one who wasted it and give it to the one with 10, because I know he or she will take that talent and multiply it. So my question to you today is, what are you doing with your talent? I don't care what God called you to do. If he's called you to be a surgeon, you be the best surgeon. If he's called you to be a car salesman, you be the best car salesman, but do things right, ethically right. If he called you to be a dishwasher, you wash dishes to the best of your ability. If he called you to be a street sweeper, do it with the time and with a spirit of excellency. None of us are perfect. Many of us make mistakes, but you can have an excellent spirit every day. That means you wake up purposefully in your heart every day and say, I'm going to take the talent that God has given me, that he's entrusted with me, this life, and I'm going to use it to his glory. And the problem is, most people don't use the talent God has given them. Let me not say most. Many people don't use the talent God has given them. So what do? They ask God for more. Now, how foolish is that? If you don't use what God has given you, but you expect him to give you more back, that's foolishness. But that's how many people live. They don't use what God has given them, and they squander it, waste it, then they ask for more. So they can only squander it and waste it. The God is looking for faithful people. You need to be faithful with talent he's giving. Whether he's giving you 5, 2, or 1, you need to take that talent and maximize it to the best of your ability. You take the first step of faith, God will meet you. Trust me, I'm a living witness. You take the first step of faith, God will meet you and he will help you through. And when it gets tough sometimes, he'll carry you. But that does not mean you stop and throw in the towel. That means you get back on your feet, kick the dust off, get back in a race, and say, I'm going to finish this race that God has set before me. So don't waste your talent. Use what God has given you. And I guarantee you, you will have a blessed and prosperous life. Not only you are counting on it, your family is counting on it, your children are counting on it, and most importantly, God is counting on you to use what he's entrusted you with. So I'm gonna knock out this last set, and I'll talk to you next time. Use the talent God has given you.